This is part 7 of It's Never Your Fault, my story of surviving incest. So I believe that we left off last where I had to go to the STD clinic with my parents to make sure that I didn't have anything. I'll never forget that feeling of having to literally walk inside of a building that said STD clinic with both of my parents sitting down in there in the clinic in the waiting room with my mom on the left and my dad on the right, and looking around that waiting room and wondering if everybody knew I was there. Mind you, I'm 16. Little did I know that the people in there probably were not, the last thing on their mind was me. But I get called in the back to do the test. Now, I was somewhat familiar with how it was gonna go down. I really just thought it was a swab and some blood drawn. That was all I was aware of. They did do some swabs in the back door. I don't know why, but, well, I know why. So a doctor drew my blood, came in and did some rectal swabs. But the next thing was so intense, and I was so blindsided by this. And thank God I've never experienced anything like this again since. But the doctor brought out this contraption that it looked like, and on the end of it, it had a Q-tip. And he said it was going to be inserted into my urethra to swab. He made it sound like it was very small, it wasn't gonna be painful. But when I tell you that was the most painful thing ever, it shot inside of me, twisted around, and came back out. And I literally wanted to punch him. It's like one thing after another of embarrassment, of physical pain, of all this fucking shit. And to tell you the truth, I'm wondering if any of this is worth it. Like, what good is gonna come from any of this? We finish up at the STD clinic and head on home. Of course, it takes time for results and things of that nature. I guess now I'll move on to a little bit of time progression. I'm not sure, or I can't remember how the rest of my immediate family found out. Like, I'm pretty sure that there was some type of discussion. I can't remember exactly how that went down, but other aunts know and family members know. Because there's one thing about me, my mom, and my dad is that we don't keep secrets. We don't. No matter how painful it may be, a secret isn't gonna fix anything. Again, I don't know how long ago, there were some results that came back that had some effects. First, I'll start with What happened with the police? What did the police say after my report was given, after all these things were given? Well, legally, because I was 16 years old, and because I was in the state of Kentucky, 16 is a legal age of consent. My uncle said I wanted it. He said I wanted it. I didn't want any of that. Not like that. Not with him. So now what? You know, and I've often thought, like, what did I want to happen? Like, did I want him to go to jail for what he did? At the end of the day, I believe my higher power, it's all in their hands. And no, I'm not angry for praying for things not to happen to me and for them to ended up happening. I'm not angry. And to be honest with you, I don't think that I was too angry for so long. I was more confused, I think, than angry with God. But so, the legal age is 16 of consent in Kentucky. My word against his. So he told the officers that I wanted it, and that is what it is. So now my whole family knows. Nothing really can be done. It's like, you know, it's broken. You can't go back in time and fix it. So there's that. Now, when it comes to my physical health, we later found out that my uncle had AIDS. Not HIV. AIDS. And I am negative of everything. I don't know how. And even as fucked up as it may sound, I'm thankful to God that I'm not. So the next step was therapy. And like I said in previous videos, I am so thankful for therapy. And I'm so thankful that there wasn't much time in between where there wasn't. I got a therapist, and I remember talking as a family, a few sessions, but most of them were one-on-one. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what truly happened to me mentally, why I was having feelings afterwards, why things that were happening to my body and my brain were happening. And it cleared up a lot of stuff for me. So for now, I'll go ahead and end this video, and I'll see you on the next one.